Hi guys, welcome to the ChilliSoft ESET Home Security webinar. We'll just wait for another couple of minutes for everyone to join and then we'll get started. Hi guys, so first of all we'd like to welcome you all to this ChilliSoft ESET Home Security webinar, where we'll cover a bunch of topics which will include slides, product demos and videos suited to the home and small business user. This is a significant segment of the market with over 100,000 installations in New Zealand alone. We've put this webinar together to show you some of the awesome features of these products so that you can take full advantage of them to keep you and your customers safe and properly protected. In this webinar, we're going to introduce you to the main features of the ESET Home User desktop products, followed by a demo of the product. We'll then move on to the Android-based products and do a demo of them also. You're welcome to ask questions via the chat, which we will try to answer along the way, but there is a lot to cover today, so we'll probably address them at the end. This webinar is being recorded, and we'll share a link to the recording in the next couple of days, should you wish to review the content or even share with potential customers. Before we get started, we always enjoy sharing this next slide, which shows some of the more well-known global ESET customers. You'll notice Microsoft and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation on this list, which begs the question, why don't they just use Microsoft? As you can imagine, this is a massive endorsement for ESET. Some other great reference customers include Google, Harvard University, Spotify, Booking.com, Motorola, Sony, and Tesla, to mention a few. And before we kick into it, some quick introductions of ourselves. I'm Dr. Evil, and sitting next to me is the Hoff. As mentioned, we're going to cover the Windows desktop-based products first, which are ESET Nod32 Antivirus, ESET Internet Security, and ESET Smart Security Premium. We also have ESET Cybersecurity and ESET Cybersecurity Pro, which are the Mac equivalents of the ESET Nod32 Antivirus and ESET Internet Security products. But in this webinar, we're just going to cover the Windows-based products. We'll spend most of our time showcasing the ESET Smart Security Premium in our demo, which is the flagship home user product containing the full list of features that we're about to show you. We'll then move on to the Android-based products, which are ESET Parental Control and ESET Mobile Security. We'll show you a short video produced by ESET, then we'll talk about some of the features mentioned in the video, and finally we'll do a demo of the products themselves. So first up, we have ESET Nod32 Antivirus, trusted by over 110 million users worldwide. ESET Nod32 Antivirus is part of ESET's time-proven multi-layered protection and is ideal for gamers, power users, and because of its tiny system requirements, ideally suited to older generation PCs. ESET is incredibly lightweight with a tiny system footprint and tons of features under its belt, while still being able to protect your older generation PCs that might not have the horsepower of a modern PC. A lot of customers, and even indeed ourselves here in our careers, have installed certain other security products with the common experience of having them severely grind down our system performance. We are confident that your experience with Nod32 Antivirus will provide you with a far superior experience. And now let's talk about some of the features. First off the feature list is antivirus and anti-spyware. Everyone knows what viruses and spyware are these days, and with over 30 years experience in the security industry, using machine learning and many other powerful techniques, such as cloud-based sandboxing, ESET's legendary antivirus and anti-spyware protects you against all types of malware, including viruses, spyware, ransomware, and worms. Everybody has probably received an email from their bank, a courier company, or Amazon, or some other online institution asking them to click on the link to reset their password or something similar. These types of emails are incredibly well crafted and look completely legitimate to the unsuspecting user. Anti-phishing protects you from these fake emails and websites that try to acquire your sensitive information, such as usernames, passwords, or banking details. A few years back, some of you might have heard of the Crisis Crypto Locker, which used a vulnerability in Windows systems that allowed attackers to gain full control and then encrypt all data on unprotected systems. The attackers were demanding a ransom be paid before they would release the private key that would unlock the encrypted devices. Unfortunately for the victims, even when they paid the ransom, they never got the private key and were left with a system they couldn't access and an empty bank account. Ransomware Shield has been improved in this latest version of the product and blocks malware that attempts to lock you out of your personal data and hold you to ransom. HIPS stands for Host Intrusion Prevention System. This feature is made up of several sub-features, of which the main one is self-protect or self-defense. This feature blocks a malicious payload from attempting to stop the services that are protecting the system, like the ESET services and essential system services. HIPS prevents these malicious payloads from ever being able to execute, thus protecting your system. Security Report. The Security Report provides users with real-time statistics, showing you how the ESET Home product is keeping you protected. It displays the number of applications scanned, web page objects scanned, documents, and other worldwide malware information in a clean, easy-to-understand single pane of glass. Small system footprint. As mentioned earlier, all the ESET products are renowned for being incredibly lightweight, which ensures your system will maintain high performance throughout its lifetime. Gamer mode automatically switches your system into silent mode if any program is run in full screen mode. This means no system updates or annoying pop-up windows will appear while you play games or perform other full screen mode functions. Machine learning is something that ESET has been doing since the 90s. ESET also does machine learning in the cloud, and this is known as LiveGrid. Advanced machine learning, however, is a proactive layer that runs locally on the device itself. Next up, we have ESET Internet Security, which is the best protection for everyday PC users. ESET Internet Security builds on top of ESET Nod 32 and includes more features, the main ones we will cover in the next few slides. Unlike a traditional firewall that sits at the perimeter of your network, the ESET firewall feature runs locally on your device and prevents unauthorized access to your computer. Have you ever wondered what might happen if you accidentally left your laptop on a train or bus or another public location? There are many high-profile examples of this happening worldwide. In one case, a government worker from the UK's Ministry of Defence lost a laptop that contained thousands of top-secret documents. If ESET Internet Security had been installed on that laptop, the anti-theft feature could have been activated and the laptop tracked and even remotely wiped. Banking and payment protection. If you have this feature enabled, ESET will detect whenever you are browsing to a banking web page and will redirect you to a secure browser protected by ESET. You will see a green border surrounding the browser window and an ESET badge at the top right, indicating your browsing session is secure. You can activate the secure browser whenever you please, for example, when you are entering your credit card details for an online purchase. Connected Home Monitor is a diagnostic tool which provides information about the security of your home network. It can tell you if your router has weak passwords or if there are any open ports that could potentially be compromised. In addition, it gives you an inventory of devices connected to your network, which allows you to easily visually see if there are any devices that you don't recognize. Everyone knows what spam is these days and how annoying it can be. The ESET anti-spam feature keeps unwanted emails from clogging your mailbox. It works with your mail client, for example, Outlook, and places detected spam messages into their own folder. You can create rules and exceptions to customize and refine your experience if you wish, but this is generally not needed. If you have ever seen the Edward Snowden movie, you would know that for a time, and we still don't know if this has ever stopped, and we probably never will, a certain government secret agency could remotely turn on your computer webcam without your knowledge and listen in and watch whatever you were doing in your office, lounge, bedroom, local cafe, or anywhere you took your laptop. This is clearly a huge privacy concern. Webcam protection intercepts all processes and applications trying to gain access to your webcam and prompts you to allow or deny access to your webcam. Parental control protects your children online by blocking access to inappropriate content, such as violence, drugs, alcohol, pornography, and many other categories. You can create a profile for each child, allowing appropriate content depending on your child's age. For example, you could block aggressive gaming media sites for younger children while allowing it for older teenagers. Network attack protection detects any device on your network that is sending malicious traffic to you and blocks all traffic from that compromised device. It will notify you that there is a problem on your network and will pinpoint the offending device. Before we move on to the flagship desktop product, one thing to note is that your license is cross-platform supported. This means that you can use the same license on any combination of PC or Mac or Android device up to your purchased license count. And now the flagship product, ESET Smart Security Premium. ESET Smart Security Premium contains all the features mentioned so far with two very important additions. They are ESET Secure Data and ESET Password Manager. Secure Data is a new and improved feature available in ESET Smart Security Premium that allows you to encrypt your data. You can create an encrypted virtual drive on your laptop's internal drive and also any removable USB drives to protect against data theft in the event of USB drive or laptop loss. If you recall earlier, we were discussing the example of the Ministry of Defense losing a laptop with top secret data on it. If they had implemented the secure data feature, the data would have been encrypted and any attempt to read the disk would have produced garbage. Last feature for the desktop products is Password Manager. Have you ever had trouble remembering all your passwords and wondered how to keep them secure? With the multitude of passwords we use and their complexity requirements, this is nearly an impossible task. Further to this, most of the existing password manager solutions these days only require a master password to access all your passwords, which is a massive single point of failure. The solution is ESET Password Manager, which combines multi-factor authentication and a master password for a more secure solution. You can integrate all your familiar multi-factor authentication types with ESET Password Manager, such as iOS face recognition, Google Authenticator, Microsoft Authentication, to mention a few. And just to reiterate the cross-platform license support again, you can use the same license on any combination of Mac or PC or Android device up to your purchase license count for the products mentioned on the slide. And here is now a short ESET video explaining Smart Security Premium.
Next up, we are going to give you a demo of ESET Smart Security Premium, which contains all of the features mentioned so far. Here is a Windows 10 machine on a lab environment running ESET Smart Security Premium. Straight from the home screen, you can see there are a few quick links to the most important and used feature of ESET Smart Security Premium, which is Password Manager, Secure Data, and Connected Home Monitor. Let's start with showing you how the connected home monitor looks like. As you can see, it shows all the connected devices on your network. We have a couple of Android phones connected to the same network along with a few different desktops from our demo environment. At the center, you can see our demo machine directly connected to the router. If we click on this device over here, it shows a few details about the machine, such as the different IP and MAC addresses of the various network adapters on the machine. Seeing it's a virtual machine, we have a bunch of different network cards attached to the same. Now we'll go back and click on the router to see if it has any vulnerabilities at the moment. You would notice it gives you a couple of different options here, a quick link to open your router interface, and some recommended settings for your router's protection. It ties in seamlessly with our network protection and shows you if there is any traffic being blocked for any of the machines connected to your network. Maybe our printer connected to your machine is not working, or you're not able to access a shared folder of the machine on your network. In that case, you can just open the home monitor, check the device which is having issues, assuming this Win 2016 Chili demo PC is our machine which can't access a shared folder from a demo machine. We jump in this and it shows block traffic from this device. Viewing the report gives us more information, and from here we can directly jump into the network protection troubleshooting window by clicking on View Block Traffic. From network troubleshooting window, you can easily unblock these devices, which will also create a rule under the firewall exception and allow future communication with this device. Now, we will show you Secure Data. Clicking on Secure Data gives us the option to create encrypted virtual drive or encrypt removable media. For this demo, we will be creating a virtual drive and encrypting it. We will now click on Virtual Drive option, define a location and name for the virtual drive, choose the capacity of the virtual drive. We will choose 1 GB for this demo and hit Continue. Create a password for this drive. Deselect the Decrypt automatically on this Windows account password option, and click Continue and Finish by clicking Done. You can now see an encrypted drive was created under the specified location. Let's try and open this drive. We will need to put in the password we defined earlier and hit Decrypt. This automatically mounts your virtual drive and opens it up. Once you're done working in your encrypted drive, you can lock it by right-clicking the drive and choosing Eject the encrypted drive option. We will now open the password manager, enter the master password to log in, and immediately it shows you a quick access tab. You can launch your most used accounts from here, which automatically takes you to the said website and logs you in. Security dashboard shows if all the passwords stored are safe or not, meaning there is no weak or reused password. Along with the passwords, you can also add in identities to automatically fill out forms with your contact or personal information and also store your credit card information securely. You can also install ESET Password Manager for your Android and iOS devices, As you can see, it is currently installed on my Galaxy S10. One feature that sets ESET Password Manager apart is the incorporation of multi-factor authentication, which you can enable it from the settings. Go to Security option under Settings and enable two-factor authentication. You will need to enter your master password for the same. Scan the QR code with any authenticator app you use, example, Google Authenticator. Once you have scanned the code, you would need to put in the verification code from your authenticator to finish setting this up. If you lock the password manager down, it would need the combination of master password and the secure code from your authenticator to log you in. Our ESET Password Manager has automatic login enabled for all the accounts as shown in the General tab of the settings. Let's see the Password Manager in action now. We'll go to my.eset.com and you will see how the ESET Password Manager logs you in automatically. Now we will show you how the banking and payment browser works. Let's open Chrome and try visiting a bank website. For this demo, we will open anz.co.nz. You will notice as soon as we try to log in, it gives us an ESET page asking if we want to open the secure browser and also gives us the option to remember our choice for the future. Now, if we click on Yes, Open Secure Browser option, it should open this secure browser up. You will notice how this browser has a green border and a Secured by ESET badge on the top right corner. You can use this browser to do your banking securely. You can also open the secured browser by clicking the Banking and Payment Protection icon on your desktop. Jumping onto Parental Control, we will go to Setup, Security Tools, and click on the arrow in front of Parental Control to check its setup. You will notice the ESET account is marked as a child account, which is the same account that we are logged in. If we try and check the blocked content in settings, it asks us the ESET advanced setting password to log in. Let's switch to Categories tab. From here, you can block the website on category basis. And if you want to allow certain categories, you take the enabled option in front of it. We will allow the chats and social networking for our account and save it. Let's open Chrome. If we try and go to winesale.co.nz, it gets blocked as we had not allowed the alcohol category. And if we go to Facebook, it should let us in as we just allowed the social networking category. While we are in Chrome, let's test the anti-phishing feature. We will use amtso.org for the demo. Let's click on Launch the Test option. You can see how the anti-phishing protection kicks in. The user can choose to ignore the threat and continue or go back. By the way, if you receive any phishing email and click on the website link provided, you will end up on a similar blocked page. ESET Smart Security Premium also comes with anti-spam protection. You can enable this by going into Setup, Internet Protection, and toggling the switch on in front of anti-spam protection. To show you the settings, We will click on the cogwheel icon to the right of Anti-Spam Protection. Choose Configure and Authenticate with Advanced Settings Password. This takes us directly in the anti-spam protection options. You will notice the anti-spam protection is set to start automatically on the email client. It is set to add the word spam in square bracket in front of any spam email that comes in and move it to the spam folder. Also note, anti-spam only works with specific email clients mentioned under the email clients option, which are Microsoft Outlook, Outlook Express, Windows Mail, and Windows Live Mail. Seeing we are under the advanced settings, let's quickly show you the ransomware shield which is built in the home products. We will choose Detection Engine on the top left. Now we will choose HIPS from the submenu on the left. And you will notice the ransomware shield is turned on by default. This ransomware shield offers you the same protection that the business product offers, and till date, we haven't had a successful ransomware attack on the machines running the latest version of ESET products. To demonstrate webcam protection, I will use a different machine which has got a webcam built into it. This is also a Windows 10 machine, but this one is running ESET Internet Security. If we go into Setup and choose Computer Protection, you can see the webcam protection is turned on. Now we will open Chrome and go to turncameraon.com for the test of this webcam protection. You will notice how the ESET pops up stating Chrome is trying to access your webcam. I will choose Remember for this application option and choose Block Access. You will see how the webcam window is all black as the access was denied. Now I will show you how the anti-theft feature works. We will go into Setup and choose Security Tools. You can see this machine has already got the anti-theft feature enabled and is linked with support account at my.eset.com. Let's switch to the second machine and mark this machine as missing or lost. Now we are on the second machine. We will go into my.eset.com using the same support account. Choose ESET Anti-Theft feature and mark Locations machine as missing. Within a minute, it locks the first machine down and captures locations, IP address, screenshot of the device, and images from the front camera. The first few images have come in capturing a sinister looking man. Oh, that is Dr. Evil in a Chillisoft office. And finally, to finish off the demo, I will show you the neat little security report mentioned by Pat earlier. To view the report, click on Tools, More Tools, and Security Report. This shows a summary of how ESET Security has protected you, like the number of objects scanned, number of spam email detected, and other information such as how many attempts to access your webcam has occurred, etc. If you scroll down, it also shows you the number of malware occurrences throughout the world. Now Pat would continue with the slides.
That brings us to the end of the first section of the webinar, where we've discussed the three ESET home security products: ESET Nod32 Antivirus, ESET Internet Security, and ESET Smart Security Premium. And before we move on to the mobile-based products, this slide shows a breakdown outlining the differences between the three products discussed so far. And just a reminder, this webinar is being recorded, so if you want to review anything that we've covered, you can do that when you receive the link to the recording, which will be emailed out in the next couple of days. Next up, we have ESET Parental Control for Android. ESET Parental Control shields children from inappropriate or offensive online content. Children can make requests to unblock an app or website that was previously banned, or for a time extension if they wish to browse longer than previously agreed. Parents have full control over the length of time spent using apps or gaming and can utilize Google's safe search filtering technology to block inappropriate apps and website content without having to review the sites themselves. In an emergency, a parent can locate the child based on the device's location. In the next few slides, we're going to discuss and explain the main features of the product, and then we're going to give you a quick demo of those main features. But before we get started, here is a short video from ESET. Now we're going to go into a bit more depth in explaining some of the features we saw in the video and a few others that we think are important. One of the last features mentioned in the video was the Locate Your Child feature. For any parent out there that has lost their child in a supermarket for a very short time, you will know how distressing this can be. The Locate Your Child feature allows you to easily find where your child is, and if needed, you can contact them straight away. The multitude of inappropriate web content these days is a concern for any parent. Here are some statistics. 1 in 10 kids under the age of 10 has seen porn. A study of 14 to 19-year-olds found that girls who consumed pornographic videos were at a significantly greater risk of becoming victims of sexual harassment or sexual assault. At least 30% of all data transferred across the internet is porn-related. The ESET WebGuard feature automatically blocks predefined website categories, such as adult or offensive content, based on the child's age. You can choose to block additional categories or specific websites if needed. Application Guard automatically blocks inappropriate applications based on the Google Play content rating. Parents can fine-tune this list and can limit the use of each app as they see fit. Last up for this slide is the Reports feature, which provides detailed statistics and summaries of each of the children's device usage and online activities for the last 30 days. Extending the Application Guard feature is the time-based app control feature, which lets you set a maximum screen time for each app or category on your child's device. You can specify times of the day and days of the week your child can access certain website categories and apps. For example, you might want to block all access during sleep or dinner time, but allow access on holidays and weekends. You might only allow access to school-approved apps during school hours. It's completely configurable. Your child can send a request to access a specific app or website directly from the blocking screen. The parent will receive the request by email through the same app on the parent's device, which will be in parent mode, or via the my.eset.com website. The parent can then communicate with the child, possibly negotiating new terms, and then action the request as needed. Geofencing is an extension of the Locate Your Child feature. This feature allows you to specify a perimeter around a known geographical area, for example the local park, and if your child strays past this perimeter, you will immediately be notified. You can send a must-read message to your child if you wish, or even sound an alarm on the child's phone. And these are the last three features we're going to cover for ESET parental control. Instant block does exactly what you would expect. Everything is blocked on the child's device apart from emergency calls and your ability to contact the child and their ability to contact you. Kids facing side of the app. Upon clicking on the Kids facing side app icon, the child will see their current status, how much time is left for playing games, as well as what's being currently monitored on their device and other child-centric information. And lastly, all communication with the child takes place via a specially designed, child-friendly interface, using a respectful tone and explaining what is happening and why. ESET believe in openness with the children on whose devices the product is installed, so that they always know the scope of parental control activities in effect. This is configurable depending on individual child and parent needs. That brings us to the end of the ESET parental control slides. The last thing to mention is that ESET parental control comes as a free version, which gives you limited features, and a premium version with the features outlined on this slide. Before we move on to the last section, which is ESET mobile security, Lukesh is going to run through a demo of the ESET parental control and show you some of the features just mentioned in the demo.
Just to explain how the demo will work, we have the parental control app installed on a demo parent device and a demo child device. This is the demo parent device. We will jump into parental control. You can see there is currently one child profile called Baby Lukesh. Now I will show you how to create another child profile. Tap on the three dots on the top right corner, choose Children, hit plus sign and fill in the details. We'll just create one for teenager Pat. Now we will go back to the home screen and show you how easy it is to switch between different child profile. Switching to profile that we just created for teenager Pat. Seeing we haven't installed parental control app on Pat's phone, we see the no connected device alert. After we install the parental control app on Pat's phone and connect it to the same account, it will appear like Baby Lukesh's profile. This screen gives you the quick daily report of a child's activity. By tapping on the blue plus icon, you get a quick few links. The first two are to add or reduce screen time for the time-limited apps. You can also configure vacation mode or instantly block the apps. If we tap on Locator, you can clearly see the location of Baby Lukesh's Samsung phone. From the locator, we'll also demo the geofencing feature mentioned before. Select the Create Zone option. Browse to an area you want to geofence, such as this local park, and save the zone by giving it a name and an appropriate icon. You can see the device being tracked is Baby Lukesh's Samsung device, and we want to be notified when he enters or leaves this geofenced area. You can create multiple zones by tapping Add New Zone option. This will allow you to track your child around the local area. For example, you can geofence your child's school, the local shopping mall, and the main parks in your area. And if you wanted, you could track when they have left school, visited the shopping mall, and stopped by the local park on the way home. You would know exactly when they entered and left these zones. Now, let's jump to rules. You can clearly see the application guard is turned on, and out of all the apps on Baby Lukesh's phone, 58 of them are blocked, 194 are allowed, and 40 are time restricted. And you can jump in quickly and change the block and allow criteria from this screen. Using Airbnb as an example, we will change it to block. If we go back to rules, You can adjust the time limit for school and non-school days on the time restrictions calendar. You can also define vacation mode. You can instantly block all the apps or time limited apps by tapping on Instant Block and configuring it. Scrolling down, we can also see Web Guard. Blocking of inappropriate websites and Enforce Safe Search are both turned on. We can also view the blocked and allowed website category by tapping on the website categories option. And lastly, we can also add an exception for websites. Tapping on devices, we can see baby location Samsung is being tracked, how much battery is left, is on a vibrate only mode, and is fully optimized for ESET parental control. Lastly, you can get a full report of your child's activity by tapping on the three dots on the top right corner and selecting Reports option. Now, we will switch to child's device and run parental control. Immediately, you can see the child-friendly interface. The child can see how much time they have left and how much screen time they have used along with the top used apps of the day. The child can see which rules are set by the parent by selecting the arrow at the bottom of the screen. If the parent wants, they can enter into parent mode by tapping the lock icon on the top right and logging in with the correct credentials. That brings us to the end of parental control demo, and Pat will continue with the slides.
This is the last product we're going to cover today, ESET Mobile Security. ESET Mobile Security is a comprehensive protection app for your Android smartphone and tablet. This product is so good that Google use it to proactively protect the Google Play Store. That's about as good as an endorsement as you can get. We're now going to show you a short video highlighting some of the features of ESET Mobile Security. Here it is. I'm sure most people can relate to that mini heart attack. But now let's examine the features in more detail. First up, for ESET Mobile Security, we have ESET's world-renowned antivirus technology, now available on your mobile. Like the desktop product, ESET's antivirus technology protects your phone against viruses, trojans, ransomware, and other malware which can expose your sensitive information. AppLock keeps your application safe against unauthorized access. Additional authentication is required when accessing sensitive apps, which prevents other users of your device from viewing your personal content. For example, nobody really wants anybody snooping around their social life on their phone. With ESET AppLock, you have full control of who can access apps on your device. Proactive anti-theft activates when suspicious behavior is detected. If there are several failed login attempts, the device locks automatically and photos from all the phone's cameras are automatically taken and uploaded to your account at the my.eset.com website. Other information that is gathered includes the phone's location, current IP address and network it's connected to, the currently inserted SIM card, and more. The user can mark the device as missing at my.eset.com and can start location tracking or send custom on-screen messages to the device, or even remotely wipe the device should they wish. Anti-phishing. Again, this feature builds from the desktop products and provides protection against websites which attempt to acquire your sensitive information, usernames, passwords, banking information, and credit cards. We mentioned the connected home monitor feature in the ESET desktop-based products. It functions in the same way. For example, it enables you to test your home router for vulnerabilities, such as weak passwords or out-of-date firmware. When you install a new app and accept the necessary permissions, does anybody know what this means? Most of us blindly accept all the permissions because we just want the thing to work, not realizing what we have actually allowed the application to do. The Apps Permission feature lets you see which of your apps has access to what information on your smartphone or tablet from an easy-to-understand interface that you can adjust the permissions from the same interface. It also monitors sensitive device settings that can lower security, such as debugging mode that can allow a connection to the device via a USB cable. When the device is low on battery, its current position and camera snapshots are taken and then automatically uploaded to my.eset.com before the device shuts off. One of the guys at our Christmas party last year left his phone on a boat, and he was able to retrieve it because this feature activated and he traced it back to the boat. And lastly, for mobile security, we wanted to highlight that the premium version comes with automatic updating of virus signatures and the additional features mentioned on this slide. The free version doesn't do any updating of virus signatures after it's been downloaded and installed. And just a reminder again, this webinar is being recorded, so if you would like to view anything that we've covered, you can do that later when you receive the video link. Lukesh is now going to do a demo of ESET mobile security, so over to you, Lukesh.
For this demo, we'll be using Samsung's Galaxy S10. This is a typical ESET mobile security home screen. Just like the desktop variant, it shows you the current status of your application and all the different features you can just dive in and start using. It also gives you a quick audit log report showing you the latest ESET mobile security activities to safeguard your device. You can check the full report by tapping the full report option. You can now filter this report by status or feature. Let's say we wanted to see whenever we were protected against phishing. It shows you exactly when the websites you were on were scanned and if there were any threats detected or not. Thankfully, in case of no threats, it doesn't give you the website address in the log. I wouldn't want you seeing what I was up to at 1:43 a.m. in the night. Now, let's check the anti-phishing option. This is great. Our Chrome is protected and it seems it has proactively scanned 456 web pages. Now, for the demo, let's try and visit a phishing website. We are using the website amtso.org. This website has a test phishing page that we can use to test a product. Let's launch the test. See how the anti-phishing protection kicks in and gives you a prominent warning. The user can now wish to leave or proceed anyway despite of the warning. Do note this is not recommended. For this demo, we will leave the page. Going back into the mobile security, at a glance, you can see a website was blocked and it also gives you the website address of the blocked page. Let's filter the report by antivirus and see what ESET Mobile Security has been up to. Seems like it has been very busy. You can see ESET Mobile Security was automatically updated with the latest virus signature database and has proactively scanned installation of apps as well as scanned the app updates. We will now go into the antivirus option. From here, you can schedule automatic scans or enable automatic scans whenever the device is charging. You can also initiate a scan by just tapping the scan device option. You can also make sure ESET mobile security is up to date, even check for updates manually by tapping the update option. Tapping on the three dots on the top right corner gives you the option to check the scan logs along with the advanced setting options. Under the advanced settings, you can set the scan level. By default, it is smart with an option to switch to in-depth. You will also notice the real-time protection, ESET live grid reputation system, and ESET live grid feedback system are all turned on by default. For those of you who do not know what ESET live grid is, ESET live grid is an early warning system. It transmits newfound infiltrations from your computer, in this case mobile, directly to the malware experts at ESET. These experts analyze and process the information, then add it to the detection engines issued by ESET, which results in faster reactions to malware and a greater awareness of emerging threats. Going back to advanced settings, it also lets you choose the action to take after inserting a removable media and turn on detections of potentially unwanted and unsafe applications. Now, let's show you how this easy to use app lock feature works. You can see how my settings and Instagram are unlocked at the moment. We'll open ESET Mobile Security, tap on the app lock option, and authenticate our identity. From the list of apps, we will search for settings and Instagram to lock them. Once the apps are secured by app lock feature, you will see a padlock icon appears next to it. Now we will try going back into these apps and you will notice how these apps are now secured by ESET Mobile Security. Once authenticated, it lets us in. We'll go back to ESET Mobile Security, tap on the three dots on the top right corner, choose Settings. These are a few more settings you can change to configure app lock your way. The next feature we will look at is Connected Home Monitor. It sees all the devices connected to your router and scans your home network for vulnerabilities. Let's scan our network and see if we can find anything more. Scanning the network can take a few minutes, so we will go back to the home screen and skip to the end of the scan. Alright, our scan has now finished. There is a notification on the app and ESET has found some vulnerabilities in my home network. Let's review it. Looks like the port 23 is open on my router. I'll need to probably make my router configuration a bit more secure. The user can open the web interface of the router and go through the configuration or contact the technician or their ISP to get their router configuration looked at. You can also do a quick little security audit of the applications installed. Say you wanted to check which apps are tracking your location. You can tap on the Track Location options under the Application Audit menu. This gives you a list of all the applications currently using your locations. If you wanted to review the permissions for an app and revoke it, you can tap the app you want to review the permissions for and go into the settings to revoke its permissions. You can use different options under the Application Audit menu to review all the permissions given to all the apps installed on your device, such as access to contacts, read personal data, record media, etc. Also, you can check a quick security report by tapping the three gray bars on the top left and from the options choosing Security Report. It gives you a neat little report with all the statistics of how ESET Mobile Security has protected you in time. And now, the last feature to showcase in a demo is anti-theft. It works like the anti-theft showcase earlier in the demo for the home desktop products. We'll now tap on the anti-theft feature. You will notice the two options, Web Portal and Settings. Do note, after the anti-theft configuration, it says device fully optimized under the Web Portal option. We'll now tap on the settings and authenticate our identity. Under settings, you can change the security password, enable fingerprint lock, and edit the contact details. These are the contact details which are displayed in case the device is lost. Let's go back and tap on the Web Portal option. Here you can see the my.eset.com account linked with this device. And now we can further dive into proactive protection. Proactive protection helps to lock your device down in case someone is trying to guess your password. It also collects pictures from camera if someone tries to unlock your device or remove the SIM card. We will now exit to home screen, switch to a computer, log into our my.eset.com account, choose the ESET anti-theft option, open up our mobile device and mark it as missing. Switching back to mobile device, you will see how it is locked and gives you the option to either contact the owner, make emergency call, or unlock the device. Once unlocked, it marks the device as recovered automatically and stops tracking the device activity. Switching back to the computer, you will notice how it has started capturing location and pictures from the front and back cameras. If we click on Activity option, we can note the summary of the device, location options shows you the location of your device. It is accurate between 10 to 15 meters. The picture options shows all the picture being clicked by the device automatically. An IP address option shows you the IP and the network your device is currently connected to. You can also send a message to the device via the message option. Let's send this message. Switching back to the mobile device, you will see how the message changes on the device screen. I'll finally unlock the device, so it marks the device as recovered and stops capturing all the activities.
And finally, you have already seen this web page at my.eset.com in some of the demos. You can create a free account which will allow you to make use of features such as parental control, anti-theft, license manager, and many other useful features. If you are using one of the products covered in this webinar, we would highly recommend you go and create yourselves an account. One thing to note about the my.eset.com account is that the site is designed for end users and isn't intended for resellers. And continuing on from the last slide, when you log into your my.eset.com account, you will see this web page, which contains links to the main features contained within the website, which we have touched on today. And from the team at ChilliSoft, we would like to thank you for your time today. These are the guys you talk to when you email or call, and please do reach out if there is anything that we can help you with. That brings us to the end of the webinar. We're now going to answer any questions from the chat. Thanks again, and all the best from us.